In this session, we are going to understand another very important concept of step data table. Now, first of all, let us understand how it is different from these parameters. Now, in the parameters, like when we add parameters in a step, we can pass 2 or 3 values. We can add more, but it's not feasible to add multiple values through parameters. And then that is where step data table comes into picture. Let's say we have 4 or 5 values that I want to pass as part of one particular step that we are executing. Then we can quickly create a step data table. Okay, let's first take a scenario for that, and then I'll show you how we can write Gherkin and how we can create a step definition for such a parameter. Okay, so let's go to advanced search, and over here let's say I want to advance search an item by entering keyword and excluding whatever words that I want to exclude. So I want to fill these 2 values, and then also I want to fill minimum and maximum value. So I want to pass 4 values: a keyword that I want to search, a keyword that I want to exclude from the search over here, and then I want to pass minimum and maximum value, and then I want to click on the search button over here. Okay, so for that, let's begin creating our scenario. So I'm going to go inside eBay advanced search because that's the scenario from advanced search page. So scenario, I'm going to call it as advanced search an item. Given is going to be same, and in the when, I'm going to say something like when I advanced search an item and start adding data over here. So when we are going to advanced search an item, we are going to pass 4 values here: keyword, exclude word, minimum and maximum value. When we pass step data, we will use this pipes. So the first is keyword, second one is exclude word, third is minimum amount, and fourth one is maximum amount. Now these are the headers for my data. Now the values are, and is it necessary to add headers all the time? No, but when someone reads this particular scenario, then they should be able to understand what these values are corresponding to. So that's why I'm adding these headers. Keyword is, let's say, again, let's search for iPhone. I want to exclude refurbished. Then the minimum is, let's say, 300. Maximum is, let's say, 900. Okay, just some values that I'm passing. So what I'm saying is when I advance search an item, and I'm going to just exclude then for now. Okay, let's just see how we can create a step for this. Also, when we want to quickly format a feature file, we can right click and go to this particular thing. It says pretty format. Sorry, quickly format this for us, and now it makes more sense. This keyword should be this, exclude word should be this, minimum amount is 300, maximum amount is 900. Now the way we can use this is by creating similar step definition, and for that also we can generate a snippet. So let's do one thing, let's give it some tag so we can execute this scenario distinctly. Let's call it as P300 and go to test runner, run P300 by making dry run as true. So when we run this one, we will get one snippet generated for this particular step, which is this one over here, and it also gives some information over here how to implement this data table. So let's just copy this snippet first, go to eBay advanced search steps and paste it over here. So it has created a step for us when I advanced search an item, and then it has automatically created a method that is taking data table argument. Okay, what I want to do is I just want to remove this part. So what I want to do is I want to actually import this from Cucumber. So it's one and the same. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of importing it over here and not at the particular argument level. Okay, that's the only difference, nothing else. Now this is how Cucumber is giving some of the hints how we can use this data table, but let me give you the easiest one according to me. The way we can use this data table is by simply using this data table dot cell row and column, and the row and column works like this. this is the 0th row, this is the first row. So if I want to get this particular value, it would be first row and 0th column. First row and first column. First row and second column. First row and third column. As simple as that. If you want to get these values, these are headers, but just for example, if you want to get this value, it will be 0th row and 0th column. As simple as that. So let's quickly create this Selenium part. When we are on this advanced search, let's inspect this particular element. And let me quickly bring this crow path over here. I'm going to use the relative X path that is suggested by crow path. I think that is fine, we can use it. So again, simple thing, driver.find element by X path. This is the X path, and send keys, and what we are going to send is data table. Hey guys, if you like these videos, you may also like my fully fledged courses on Java, Selenium and Cucumber BDD. Links are given in the description, so do check out. Dot cell first row and 0th column, as simple as that. If you want to take it inside a variable and then pass it on over here, it's one and the same. I just want to use data table right over here. Okay. Now second, then we want to use some exclude word. So for this also, I'm going to use the relative X path that is suggested by crow path. That also looks good over here. So driver.find element by X path, which is this one over here, and send keys with data table dot cell. I know it's the first row and first column. Then let's go back and inspect this element over here, that's for minimum price. Okay, same thing, let's use the X path that's suggested by crow path again, and quickly let me write driver.find element by X path, this one dot send keys again, and I'm going to reuse this part, and it's going to be first row and second column. And I guess we can reuse this step, first row and third column, and when we inspect this particular element that is for the maximum, all that is changing is this particular name, which is UDHI. That's what I'm going to replace over here. Okay, so this was UD low and this is UD high. Okay, we are filling those 4 values which we are going to pick up from our scenario. That's the Gherkin scenario. And also we want to do one more thing. We want to click on search button. Okay, so let's go back and do a quick search over here, and let me copy and see how many elements we are getting match. Yes, just one. I'm checking over here how many matches because there is another search button over here also, and I don't want to make it a confusion for Selenium which one to click, so that's why I rechecked that, but I think it's fine. The particular XPath that we are using, we have only one match for that. So by XPath again, this one over here, and dot click. Okay, that's it. Just for us to see, I'm going to add this 3 seconds of wait, because you know we have added that global after, which will close the browser immediately. So this is just for us. When scenario executes, it will give us an idea, is it actually filling in those details and clicking on the search button or not. Okay, that's what these 3 seconds for, otherwise they don't have any significance over here. Okay, now let's go to test runner, change it to false, and run this particular test again. Okay, it's on advanced search. Yeah, I think it kind of added everything. So one scenario passed, 2 steps pass. And as I could see while it was executing, it filled up the details as we mentioned, iPhone 11 minus refurbished. We could see that in the search, and 300 was the minimum price, 900 was the maximum price. Okay, we can create then some validation for this also. It's not very important, but what is important in this case is to understand how to use this step data table. Okay, this is a step data table. The data over here will be used by only this particular step, not by any other step, just for this particular step. How to use this data? Again, we will create a step definition that takes data table, cucumber data table. This is a cucumber data table object as an argument, and then simply cell first row, whatever cell you want to use, just provide row and column for that. Starts with 0, 0, 0th row and 0th column. So provide that cell number and get the data and use it for whatever Selenium operation that you want to do with that data. As simple as that. And now we can do more examples with this. I can take a bunch of other examples and show it to you over here, but that's not going to help much. What is going to help is, and that's my suggestion to you all, is to create some scenarios on your own, practice writing some Gherkin scenarios, create some step data tables, try to write step definitions for those, and then definitely when you practice this, if you are doing this for the first time, you will definitely come up with some issues. Feel free to contact me and I'll make sure we'll start a dialogue and get your issues resolved. Okay, so this was about step data table, very important concept. In the next session, we are going to see yet another very important concept, that is scenario data table, like how we can data drive a complete scenario with multiple set of data. So now we are kind of stepping into a data driven testing concept in Cucumber. Okay, that's something we are going to see in the next session.